Hey guys, welcome back to Shep Talk, my review of Bhool Bhulaiyaa, directed by Darshan, starring Akshay Kumar as Aditi, Vidya Balan as Avni, Sini Ajul as Siddharth, and Amish Patel as Radha. Bhool Bhulaiyaa has a runtime of 2 hours and 39 minutes. Story. If you've been following my channel, you'll know that I already watched this series out of order. I saw Bhool Bhulaiyaa 3 in theaters before going back and watching the first two films. But from the moment I saw the third movie, I knew I wanted to revisit the originals. It just took me a little longer than expected. One downside of watching the third installment first was that I found myself comparing it to the original, when I really should have just judged Bhool Bhulaiyaa on its own merits. The story follows Siddharth, a US-based man who returns to his ancestral home in India with his new wife. Despite his family's warnings of supernatural activity in the mansion, he dismisses their fears until strange and terrifying events begin to unfold. As the mysteries deepen, he turns to his doctor friend to uncover the truth. Will they solve the eerie puzzle, or is there more at play than meets the eye? According to IMDb, Bhool Bhulaiyaa is listed as a horror film, but I'd argue it more aligns with the psychological thriller genre. While there are horror elements, the film thrives on suspense and psychological tension rather than outright scares. Watching Bhool Bhulaiyaa 3 first did give me an interesting perspective, as I could see how the first film connects to the third. While these movies aren't strictly standalone, you don't need to watch them in order to enjoy them, though it does help. For an older film, Bhool Bhulaiyaa still holds up remarkably well. The characters each have their own conflicts, all while trying to uncover the truth behind Manjulika before she can wreak havoc on the household. Actors. Akshay Kumar leads the film, but to my surprise, he doesn't make an appearance until nearly an hour into the movie, something you'd rarely see in a Hollywood film. However, once he does arrive, he instantly commands the screen, delivering a performance that is both engaging and charismatic. Vidya Balan delivers another standout performance. Without going into spoilers, she embodies the role exceptionally well, portraying a character who not only adapts to the life in India after moving back with her husband, but also navigates the complexities of his family and their traditions. Action. Since Bhool Bhulaiyaa is a psychological thriller, there aren't any traditional action sequences, which is expected. However, the film excels in crafting tension and gripping moments that keep you glued to the screen, wondering what will happen next. Cinematography. You can tell this is an older film based on the way it's shot. While the locations are stunning and do feel authentic, the cinematography does have a slightly dated look. That said, once you're immersed in the story, the visual style becomes secondary to the experience. Soundtrack. Being a thriller, the film doesn't heavily rely on music, but there are 3 songs featured throughout. Notably, the film includes a signature song and dance number that also appears in the other 2 movies, creating a thematic bridge across the franchise. It's interesting to see how each film puts its own spin on this musical moment. Now, onto some of my nitpicks. Manjulika's threat level. While Manjulika plays a significant role in the film's suspense, I never truly felt a sense of danger from her. She was excellent at creating confusion and tension within the household, but she never seemed to actively pursue revenge in a way that felt menacing. Yes, towards the climax, she attempts to take over a body and threatens to kill the king, but I never got the impression that she was on the verge of carrying out those threats. Comedy elements. For the most part, the comedy worked well, but some characters felt like they were included purely for comic relief. Their presence didn't add much to the story, and at times slowed down the pacing. Pacing. This ties into my previous point. There were certain story elements that felt unnecessary and dragged the film down. While the core mystery and thriller aspects were engaging, a few subplots felt like filler. Overall, Bhool Bhulaiyaa is an entertaining and well-crafted psychological thriller. If you're expecting a full-fledged horror film, you might be disappointed. But if you go in knowing it leans more into suspense and psychological tension, you'll likely enjoy it. The story is well executed and the lead performances, especially from Akshay Kumar and Vidya Balan, elevate the film. As the first installment in what has now become a loosely connected thriller franchise, Bhool Bhulaiyaa is a solid entry that still holds up to today. But with that being said, guys, Shep Talk gives Bhool Bhulaiyaa 2.5 Sheps out of 5. Thank you guys for watching, and if you did like what you saw here, please remember to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. It does help my channel out greatly, and I do truly appreciate each and every one of you. But guys, that is all I have time for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next review.